Hi, everybody. I am Trey, one of your average film enjoyers, and I am here to tell you that you can win over $500 worth of movie stuff. So, if you're listening to this podcast, you're a huge movie fan. Obviously, you wouldn't be listening if you didn't love film like me and Jagger. And so me and Jagger, along with three other content creators on TikTok, Film Gunch, who we've had on here, Wes, who we've had on here a couple times, and then one of our good friends, Real Takes, we are all joined together doing a giveaway currently. And how you join this giveaway is you go to each of our pages. We all have the giveaway video pinned. And you'll go on to that video. You'll give us all a follow. We each account is tagged in every video, and then comment down below. Tag 5 of your friends, and if you tag 5 different friends in all 5 different videos, then you can get up to 30 entries. 30 entries. You can get up to 30 entries. So, but you're like, Trey, well, you're telling me about this, but I don't even know what I can win. Well, I'll tell you what you can win. Real Takes is donating a 4K Harry Potter collection, Blu-ray James Bond collection, I believe a 4K collection of the Planet of the Apes films, and the first 3 John Wick movies in 4K. I'm donating 3 criterions of your choice, so whoever wins get to choose 3 criterions, and we'll mail those to you. Jagger, my co-host, is donating a bunch of international DVDs. Gunch is donating Don Hertzfeld and I can't remember the other guy's name. Well, the animated show. It's a very limited edition animated sketch comedy show. He has a bunch of steelbooks of all 3 seasons, so he's donating those. And then the biggest one, Wes, is donating a region-free Blu-ray player. So, if any of those items interest you, again, go to any of our TikTok pages. Go to me and Jagger's TikTok page, Trey the Film Noob, Jagger Film Reviews. We have the videos pinned on top of our pages, so go check them out, follow the instructions. The giveaway ends when we are all 5 of us at 1,000 followers. And me and Jagger are the only ones that haven't hit 1,000 followers yet. So please help us get us there so we can give away all this movie merchandise. Now, let's get to the podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Average Film Enjoyer podcast, Hooptober. We're your average film enjoyers, Jagger and Trey. How are you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely swell. I'm excited to talk about our movie today.
Our movie for the day today is Evil Dead 2, my number 2 movie of all time. It is so fun to a point that it's absolutely unreasonable, and in my opinion, it is a perfect comedy horror. What are your thoughts on that take? Because I think that might be insane, but I don't know.
I think it is the perfect intentional comedy horror. Because obviously, they intentionally, like Sam Raimi's intention for this film is for it to be a comedy horror, right? But we have a lot of horror movies that have been made that we laugh at, that weren't intended to be comedy horrors. They were like Reanimator, or Brain Damage. Those weren't intended to be comedy horrors. Those were intended to be horrors. Let's freak you out. I mean,
Frank Henenlotter was a comedy horror guy. Frankenhooker is just
okay. Maybe Frankenhooker, but Brain Damage wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe when the little guy was
we'll just say Reanimator. All right, let's just...
Fine. Reanimator, okay. Not meant to be a comedy horror. It's very funny.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is the best of the intentional comedy horrors. And it's one of the most... It's part of probably the most consistent franchise of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, I think, a good way to put it. Evil Dead is consistently so amazing
Yeah.
that I understand that there's a debate to be made for a lot of trilogies, but if you look up online greatest trilogies, a lot of those lists will include Evil Dead, because a lot of trilogies like The Godfather are great, but The Godfather 3 is not as good as The Godfather 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
However, Evil Dead 1 is as good as Evil Dead 2, which is as good as Army of Darkness, which is as good as the Evil Dead Rise. The remake can go sit somewhere else.
Yeah.
We'll all collectively forget about that one.
Yeah.
But it is a consistently great series, and if you just talk about the original trilogy, none of those are below a 4.5, in my opinion. So I think that is something to admire, you know? And this one, in my opinion, is my favorite because of how it perfectly blends the first one and Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
In a perfect mishmash of comedy and horror.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, personally for me, Army of Darkness is my favorite. But there's some scenes in Evil Dead 2 that you just can't beat, especially him like gearing up in the tool shed with his chainsaw arm and then looking into the camera and going groovy is just like so good. Or whenever when he puts the bucket on top of his possessed hand and then puts a book on top of it and the book is a farewell to arms, just like makes me giggle it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous and absurd and just an absolutely swell time. And yeah, I think in my opinion it's Sam Raimi's best work easily. I don't think anything he has done, including every single Spider-Man movie. Yeah, you heard me right, everybody. Every single Spider-Man movie. I think every single Evil Dead movie is better.
I think that's a fair take, and I love the Spider-Man movies, but none of them are beating Evil Dead 2, so...
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is I think this is the best horror franchise. I mean, you got stuff like Final Destination, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and then you got Evil Dead. And I think Evil Dead is easily the best and most consistent horror franchise.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So you guys can stream Evil Dead 2. I'm not 100%. It was on Prime for a little bit.
It's on AMC Plus, Freevee, Shudder, Tubi, wherever you'd like.
Shout out Tubi, man. We should get Tubi to sponsor. What? Gunch has this movie at 2 stars? Ugh.
Really?
Ah.
Art should disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed.
That's crazy.
He brought it down from a 4. He had it at 4 stars and then brought it down to 2.
That's crazy. But yeah, go check this out. Tell Tubi to sponsor us, please. That would be super cool. Yeah, that's our review of Evil Dead 2 starring Bruce Campbell. Follow us, please. I'm Trey the Film Noob everywhere. He's Jagger Film Fan on Letterboxd, Jagger Film Reviews on TikTok, Jagger the Movie Guy on Twitch and Instagram. And
you've got it on lockdown now,
dude. It's like seared into my brain. Like some of the scenes in Poughkeepsie tapes, it's like just in there. And please comment down below what your thoughts are on the Evil Dead franchise, and subscribe to our channel. And we hope you have a spooky rest of your Sunday.